Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads, where today you get my third original book tag. I am super excited about this. This is the Perfect BookTuber tag for 2025. A BookTuber tag in which you ponder which elements from your favorite BookTubers would you pick and choose to construct your ultimate BookTuber. I think this is a really cool concept because one, we get to know a little bit more about you and what matters to you when it comes to various elements, as well as you get to pay homage, pay it forward to the booktubers and channels that you really enjoy. This also is my take. So there's flexibility here because you have the ability to interchange, substitute, or do what you want with the elements. I have 9 elements that I think matter to me in creating my perfect booktuber, but you can interchange those elements. If something else matters, you can throw that in there in its place. I think it's a really interesting concept, but I may be partial to it because, it's mine. But this is really fun. I'm really excited to share this with you. Again, I have 9 prompts. I'm going to talk about what elements we're talking about, give you a little detail, and share the channel that I think encompasses those elements. So let's get started. Number 1 is video editing and quality. A booktuber you feel excels in quality of their videos and editing skills. I went with Tim at Secret Fire Books. I think his editing skills are I think they're both hilarious and they're just right up my alley. They're kind of a quirky way. I think I could interchange Tim and the next one, interchange 2 of these guys, and I think it wouldn't really matter here because I think they both encompass both of these things really well. But I went with Tim at Secret Fire Books. His editing in quality is really good. At number 2, we have great humor. A booktuber whose humor both matches your own and enhances what they share. I have 2 picks for this one. The first one, and the one I thought was interchangeable with Tim, is Jake at Pulp Mortem. I think Jake has a hilarious take on some of his videos. I think he is very good about making fun of himself in a way, and I think it just works really well. I'm kind of the same way. My personality is similar, and I think his humor comes across in his videos, and I think it only enhances them. And then the other one I have, and I think this is probably a no-brainer for most people out there, but it's Book Buds. Joe and Mary, I mean, they have outtakes, they do skits, they get dressed up. I mean, what's not to love? I mean, they are hilarious. You just got to tune in to watch what they're going to do. I mean, it's sometimes it's completely off the wall, and I love it. Number 3, book selection and variety. A booktuber who reads many genres, many books, keeping you guessing of what is next from them. And this is a no-brainer. I'm with Steve Donahue. I mean, Steve reads more books than anyone I know. He's reading a lot of the new books that come out, and I believe he always says about 15 or 16 different genres. Reads dozens of books each week. Yeah, I mean, he always has something new coming out. He's very matter of fact about his reviews, and he has different things that I really enjoy on his channel. He has starter kits. He has 30 on Thursdays. There's a lot to love about Steve's channel, and he has a huge variety on it as well. At number 4, we have presentation and style. A booktuber whose personal style comes through on their videos. Someone you would want to emulate. This was another no-brainer. Michael K. Vaughn. Michael K. Vaughn and Roger at Vaughn Manor. I mean, it's like he's in a bookstore. He's got his, vest on, his tie, usually a hat, and he just presents so well. And it's why he has the subscriber base that he has, because he covers a great amount of variety, great books. He presents so well. I wish I could be as polished as he is in his videos. But yeah, to each his own. But Michael is a great pick for this one. At number 5, we have professionalism and authenticity. A booktuber who is both unapologetic and authentic, but also maintains great professionalism. I went with Bob at Robert G. Reader of Books. Bob's a good friend of mine. We share correspondence together. I have grown to get to know him over the last several months, and I think both he is a great gentleman and also very professional, and authentic. His authenticity comes through in his videos because I really enjoy how he presents himself. It's very matter of fact. He sticks to what he knows, which is a lot, and he does great things on his channel with challenges, the Roman challenge that he's doing, talking about Augustus, Octavian, and then I also recently, he's been tagging me a lot, and I've been tagging him in book tag. He gets involved in those. I just think he's great for the community. I think he has a high level of professionalism, and I enjoy his channel a lot. At number 6, we have Setting and Backdrops, a booktuber who has amazing backdrops and imagery in their videos that really draws your eye. I have 2 choices here. I have Mark at Book Ramble. I believe Mark is in New Zealand. I believe that's the case. I know he is a published author, as well as the other gentleman here, and he was a member of the Royal Navy. But his landscapes in some of his videos are just worth watching in and of themselves. They're really beautiful. And then the other choice I have is Thomas at McNulty Book Corral. Thomas is another published author, an outdoorsman, but he has a cabin up north, and you just see these amazing landscapes. He likes to fish and be outdoors, and during the fall, the landscapes are just gorgeous. You definitely should check out both Mark's channel and Thomas's channel if you're into great imagery. At number 7, we have Unique and Interesting Video Concepts, a booktuber who is very creative and innovative in their content and topics. I have 2 here as well. I picked, the first one is Josh at Already Overbooked. If you don't know Josh, you definitely should. Josh has a lot to offer BookTube. He's very polished, but at the same time, I like some of his concepts. Recently, he did kind of a character versus with Orphan X and another character, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was really interesting, very well done, and I really enjoyed it. He also does a lot of other great things on his channel that I think are very interesting, especially if you're interested in fantasy, thrillers, series. So Josh has great content. And then the other pick I went with was Logan at Novel Insights. Logan does a lot of different series on his channel, and I think he has a lot to bring to BookTube, both as a social psychologist, as his profession, but also with some of the series. He does Coffee and a Comic. He does a Killer Thrillers. He's always entertaining new ideas, new content ideas, and I think it shows in his channel, and I think it's really, really interesting, and I think more people need to tune in to both of these gentlemen. At number 8, we have collaborative and community focused, a booktuber who is a true patron and steward or stewardess of the BookTube community. And I went with a gentleman that I've recently got to know and shared correspondence with, and as Jim at Mystery and Mayhem. Jim's channel is fantastic. I recently got kind of involved with Jim around this Sherlock Holmes is Where the Heart Is February, and through that, I've been watching some of Jim's content on his channels. He's been sharing and helping and supporting me and my Sherlock Holmes takes this month, and it's just been a great kind of get to know you, start a friendship type thing through this. And you can tell he is invested in his community. He enjoys it. He's promoting people. And I think he's just very community focused. And it shows in his content. It shows in his comments, in his actions. And so I think we definitely need more people like Jim in our community. And then at 9, and our last but certainly not least, we have Versatile, a booktuber who does everything well and is an all-around great book connoisseur. This was a no-brainer. I don't know if you want to pause and see if you can guess who it is, but this person had to be on this list at some point. You just know it. And that's Pat at Book Chat with Pat. Probably one of my great friends on BookTube. She's fantastic. I really enjoy Pat. We share correspondence weekly. She's very supportive, but not just with me, but with everyone. Pat is kind of like that motherly figure, She's our Mother Abigail here on the BookTube channel, if I can throw out some Dark Tower parlance. But she's fantastic. She's supportive. She does everything well as a booktuber. Her videos are great. She is involved in everything. She's in so many different events. People just love her. And when you watch her channel, when you watch her series about books that she used to teach, and everything about Pat is just you aspire towards. And so she's definitely that utility, versatile person that you have to have on a great team. She could step in to almost all of these areas I mentioned before, and you could plug her in there as well because she does them all very well. And that is my take. If you take these 9 channels and take these little attributes and elements from each of these 9 and put them all together, you have one heck of a booktuber. Now, they're all great booktubers in their own rights, but if you wanted to create the ultimate one, these 9 are a great starting point. So, along with the channels I mentioned here, I'm going to tag some other people. Hopefully I can get some people to play along with this. So consider yourself tagged, even if you're not mentioned, but I am going to tag the following people: A Genteel Black Hole, Must Read More, MJ at This Reading Life, Dylan Morris, The Bearded Book Beast, Nicole's Bookish Nook, Stuart Griffin, Joseph Reads Books, Life on Books, Books with Sam, Randy Ray, CG Rated Books, Reed, Becca, The Library Ladder, Murphy Napier, An Erudite Adventure, Another Bibliophile Reads, Adventures in Literature, read by Fred, Great Books, Big Ideas, and Criminale. You've all been tagged in my original The Perfect BookTuber tag for 2025. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Thanks.